Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Cultist Simulator Mod. So where were we? We had just gone through the maze of the Amsterdam sewers and have arrived at the Sunless Bazaar. A sprawling cluster of tents, stalls and bivouacs. Something word. I don't actually know how to say that. So yeah, here we are. We are currently dealing with a smuggling crew encounter. I'm not sure what we're going to get out of that now that we have passed the maze. We don't need any more clues, if you will. Anyway, let's start exploring, shall we? Clue uncovered. So we got a clue. Not sure if it's of any use at this point. And our cook is back. Cellar of Songbirds. Is this one we've seen before? In the eyes of a large vaulted room, a salesman with an immaculate reputation can be found. She is called a seller of songbirds, but she rather be known as a seller of birdsong. Between the cages of the chirping larks, she can be convinced to exchange stories for something. A trader of secrets. Can we trade you a sailor story or... Seller knows snippets of the secrets of all the birds, especially local ones, between the tweeting, chirping and churring cacophony. I read my talents to perform what stories I can offer. I am thinking here. I'm unsure if this is going to lose me the travels of the centipede. I think not, were I to assume, but I have no real guarantee of this. It might... I think I'll give it a try. Are there any other relevant aspects we might want to throw in? I'll just throw that in. Again, we don't have moth in particular, but I'd assume Grail would be a... Yeah, from the looks of it, lantern or Grail. There is a being here who holds mortal authority over me, or whose regard in the House of Sun is higher than me. Okay. And yeah, we're appealing to their core. Good. We have preserved the... we still have the Travels of the Centipede. It's exhausted. She rewards me with a smile and with a useful scrap she picked up recently. The North Sea holds no secrets for an ear as trained as hers. Okay, so we got a scrap of information out of that. I was thinking maybe we could get another one of these sorts of stories. Again, I don't remember if I've encountered that before. I don't recognise it, so I assume possibly not. I'm not sure. But as we see there, another example of non-repeating events. So we, if we had a load of stories, we couldn't just trade them all in with her. The gossip brokers. This I do remember. Most stalls deal in valuables or finance, but the gossip broker's fare is reputation, more precarious than either, especially since it is so precariously hard to restore. We'll take a look at that, but let's keep you... Oh, okay. So we can't... if we keep exploring, we lose that. I wasn't too interested in that one, though. Yeah, okay, something to learn. A merchant of want. In between great oak casks and fine nicked glass distillers sits a merchant who specializes in desires. They keep it bottled up in many vintages for many tastes. With the right incentive, they can perhaps be persuaded to reveal the needs of a certain Corvine client. Okay. So this will possibly be a way for us to learn. If I entice the trader, they could be persuaded to share with what thrill or trinket is desired by Auntie Esker today. I'm gonna try these. Yes. I think this is a worthwhile use of the information. Not too worried about picking up more. We can always get some more from the Raconteur network. But yes, seeing that these things disappear if we keep searching the Sunless Bazaar is something certainly to keep in mind. Auntie desires lantern. The beachcomber has demanded that his devotee acquire a hoard of lantern. Okay. So that would be if we had, I guess, I forget what exactly. I know that at some point we could trade a particular tool to a tool trader, but we're gonna keep fighting off the smugglers. I don't know what happens if we just let this resolve without, intervening. I'm not particularly interested in finding out. Although we can spend funds. It'd be a waste of money, but I'd like to see what happens there. Bit of money wouldn't be too bad. A little bird. Between the lavish stalls with banners of silk and Richard, a dull-eyed child sits behind a vegetable box, displaying tricks and scrap for wear. Trinkets? Yeah, trinkets. The doodads do not interest me, but if the child is one of Auntie's little birds, it could lead me to the entrance of the nest. So we can... What's that? If I can click straight. Trapping. Well, now that... So I'm now under the thought process that if we roll this, then this little bird disappears, so I kind of want to resolve everything before moving on, if nothing else, just to see what it's like. I trust in Grail, the honeyed words of Grail. And here we're using a lantern trapping because it's... The trick is for them to not... the trick is for them not to be aware that you are pointing them in the wrong direction. We will likely succeed. Grail or knock? Okay. And we not put... Oh, are they mute? Yeah, they are. I hadn't noticed. That's fine. It's rare that... Well, not ideal, honestly. But... and yeah, it looks like we traded some money for a clue. Not that we care about clues at the moment. Can we use this? So what changed here? Did that change? Am I being crazy? Okay. So it's... Yeah, that seems to be a bit of a weird one there. It took this line of dialogue and this line and put them both on the same page. And it doesn't matter. Tip for Tattle. Their new treasure clutched in rightly in their hand, they begin to weave through the bazaar, barely waiting long enough for us to keep up. Once we have arrived in front of a curtained portcullis, they turn away and vanish into the crowds. So we have a shape disappears between the canvas and corridors behind. So I suppose that is... Can we do anything with that? Okay, so... Not sure what to do here. I'm worried that if we try and follow this, we'd lose our corridors behind. The corridors behind being an unassuming curtain leads to Exeter Nest. The hideout come shrine come Drudgeon, from which Auntie Exeter operates. Even from outside, the sweet air makes my eyes water and my mind thrum. If you've seen the first playthrough, you would probably be familiar with this being, or at least it used to be, the way forwards through the curtains. I'm just not sure what happens if we follow this, if we lose the corridors behind. I'm willing to give it a try, though. Can we use some lantern to follow them? Sure. Cool, so we haven't lost that. That's good. Knock or moth? Okay, we can... the moon is in our favour. There we go. I don't know what... Yeah, clues aren't relevant at this time, I don't think. The entrance, a final corner, and then the child arrives, a single unmarked corridor covered by crimson is this... Yeah, it's given us another corridors behind. I thought it might. I guess there's a way for us to say have failed the initial roll, but still had that trailing the what's the word? We could have failed to bribe the kid, but then followed the kid anyway, perhaps. Anyway, we are going to descend, and we're going to throw in our toolboxes here, as I believe Forge is a way forwards through it. And here's the thing, like, so I'm tempted to explore further the Sunless Bazaar, but I don't want to lose these, so I don't want to risk exploring further. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna go for it. And worst case, we can come back to the Sunless Bazaar later to see if we miss anything. The Diamond Road. Our path leads through chthonic depths. There is a way down, even if I must make it myself. Approach this with the practicality of Forge or the voluptuousness of Grail. And yeah, we are hammering out a way down through the maze of curtains. And we have arrived in the Den of Greed. The Exter Nest. When the final ochre rug is displaced, we have found ourselves in our destination. The sweet smoke is like syrup on our tongue. Bodies have arranged themselves in piles of stupefied bliss. We must be careful if we are not to join them, and that is a warning that whilst here we have this risk, the haze accumulates. So we're on a time limit here. Let's see what we have. I also noticed we have the Codex. Okay, so it's made a note here that while passing through the bazaar I met a merchant who told me the latest desire Auntie Exter is known to pursue what was a trapping of lantern. Unfortunately, we just traded our trapping of lantern to the kid. Not sure if a different trapping would have worked for them, but Anyway, we have found Auntie Little Birds. Yeah, we can talk to them. She calls them her little sparrows, or swallows, or something. So we want to talk to them with... I think we can't throw in a mute person, so... throw that in. Grail will suffice, so we can throw that in as well. I think we're okay to start on this. I don't want to risk it. I challenge them to puzzles, trickier each time. They delight in beating me, slowly waking up from the hazy stupor. When their eyes shine bright and their cheeks dimple, I ask my final question. A single pointed finger is the answer. So they have told us in which pocket to look. And it appears we still have them as an option. So they've not gone away from one attempt. I suppose that just means you can fail multiple times. I'm not sure if there's a way to indicate that, or if there's something I'm missing for things that can if things will denote that they disappear if you keep exploring. Maybe I'm just not observing enough. Flock of gangsters. I don't recognize this one. One moment all is sleepy and still in the nest. The next there is a fluttering of coats and a flash of knives. The birds are feeling territorial. There is no escape here. We have to placate or intimidate them. Okay. Try an officer. Cinnamon and cinnabar. The haze coalesces, the air tastes red, the air tastes of wonder, the air tastes of more. They return to rest. Slowly, warily, they all slink back to their roost. Sink back to their pillows on the floor. They dare not approach us now. But if my reputation grows, they may be emboldened further. So maybe that's because we have whispers that it came up with that challenge. And we just rolled another thing, which didn't seem ideal. Some infernal vortex in the air has blown a stronger draught of the sweet apple haze our way. The world shimmers and a gold light starts to drip from the walls. I must protect my faculties to not let a part of my sanity slip that may never return. Well, we can try the officer again. Visions abate, the air no longer flickers like broken glass, and the floor no longer roils like sand. I am returned to a world of crimson drapes and purple smoke. Here we have Auntie Exeter. Okay. I'm going to assume that that won't disappear if we do this. If it did, that'd be pretty we'd be pretty screwed then, because the thing we're looking for is in her pocket. This is going to trigger a mind overcome. Hopefully... That's interesting. We're going to try one more time. So, it seems that now this thing, a mind overcome, is snatching up our crew. Hopefully we get them back later. And yeah. Notoriety we're okay for now. Should expire before this goes. Let's not linger here. Return to rest, great. That is just another bad thing. So I'm going to say, Spirit, let's try and do this. What do we care about? It's taken one of our knock people, which is a bit annoying. Try that again. I think the other one would be moth as a possibility. I doubt edge. Yeah, can't hurt really. The weather could have been useful there. Fingers found a ring. Oh, we didn't even get a chance to throw some extra help into that. So, good thing we made it. Was there even a skill roll there? I don't actually know. Maybe we just, since we had the information, it automatically succeeded. And yeah, we are ready to leave. Misplaced ring. Okay. What do we get from this? I stole back the ring that was stolen from the veiled lady. Useful information. We're going to try this one more time and then we're bailing. Visions bait, that's fine. The sweet apple haze. I had a feeling there was something else. This... My luck card is bottomless, but my friend's mind will be filled with fog soon. So I believe this is a way, if I recall, at least before, it was something you could use to devise some sort of protection against the haze. Out of curiosity, I'm just going to give it a try. We are ready to go, and there goes our other navigator. Winter or heart. So let's throw in that. Just to see what it is and see it's still the same. Whispered, half sung, I weave a protection around us made of rhythm and intention. The haze will not take them today. Clear like a tuning fork, my voice cuts through the mental fog. So that would have been nice to have drawn, you know, before finishing everything else here, but I guess that is, if we did that, it sticks around. And this should hopefully protect us. I'm just exploring to see what I can learn. Yep. So we've fully explored, nothing else to do here. I think it's best we run away. As I remember how to do that. And it does give us back our crew. That's good. Okay. Fire in the hull, bit of winter will sort that out. Pretty good exploration, I should think. It cost us not too much money. I think only 1 funds and our lantern trapping, which I'm not sure if we used the right way. I think if we'd have tried to speak to Exeter, we'd have been able to trade the trapping for the ring, maybe. Not that I've ever tried talking to her, I just steal from her every time. But yeah, I think that went quite well. Shapes in the water. Companionship, some dolphins. Our thrill is fine. I think it's not absorbed during missions, which is good. Missions, adventures. Yeah. Marine mists. We have some navigators for that, and a officer will push us up to 14 lantern, which should be plenty. Okay. Sailor stories and a bit of contentment. That contentment's probably going away. Not sure if... The contentment, for the most part, I don't think is much... It's an influence. What can we use an influence for? I don't remember. If we had another experience of dread, it would become dread and then we can get rid of them both, but yeah. Let us go to the veiled lady and return to her a misplaced ring. Thank you, I appreciate this favour. The ring disappears into a jewellery box, locked and stowed. Let's get to know each other a little closer now. She turns her head slightly. Ask and I will dance, just for you. Speak to a muse about your temptation or dedication to use them as a dedication. Sure. About your temptation or dedication to these, to use them as your dedication. Okay. So I know that we can use them to upgrade a thingy, a motif. Also, I will say, so I'm not sure if I said this on camera before, but or on recording. Yes. I spoke to one of the devs because they are following the series. The developers of this mod. It is intended that you can use the book to you bring the book to the veiled lady, and she says, I can translate that for you. Whether or not she was supposed to before, not sure. Basically, at some point we find out that she used to be French, or is French, or was from France, I forget. We learned from the first playthrough, and I just had that knowledge carried over. But yeah, she is a suitable, or is it? Francophone, there's the word. The charming creature of Amsterdam. She told me of where there dwells something underneath Amsterdam sewers. I brought her the ring. It softened her eyes like I never saw before. Before she stowed it away, she rewarded me with everything a composer could hope for. Who is she, really? She's the wine. She's the infinite unveiling of a charm dancer. She is the silhouette of someone in the distance, seen through the blur of a drunken eyesight. What else can we do here? Don't think there's anything we need to do. Suppose we can try and where is it? Amsterdam. Explore that with that. See if we can find encounter with the raconteur network. Use the metal box. Folktales and French histories. Did we read all this? Yes. She rifles the pages. There is an opera based on this tale as well, and more versions than you can count strewn through the countryside. Though I am a Parisian at heart, I cannot deny the romance found in Bretagne, great or small. Listen, I'll tell you the tragedy of the Princess of Curys. The doom of Curys. There once was a low city, which wrenched its existence from the waters of a bitter sea. This is the story of its final days, before it was drowned with all souls but one. Ooh. Is that, mending the character of my soul, Harold's missing muse. There is the, from the first playthrough, there is the Mystery of the Sunken City, which we've not uncovered yet. I forget how we do so. But, yes. Or anything else we want to talk to her about? We can... Nope. Grail? That. I'm full of memories of her, but I shall not make my inspiration plain. She has taught me that desire is as much what you hold back as what you give. A chance encounter with a raconteur, and we get a rumour in the North Sea. That's alright. Let's see if we can get something from that. We can stock up on cargo while we're here. We always need to be making a profit, especially when we're running an expensive crew such as this. Put that back in. We've upgraded Grail Song with a Muse inspiration, and that will help us find a passenger. Favour among friends. This evening, one of the lady's sycophants finds me out in town and informs me that the lady wishes to see me one-on-one, hardly hiding their envy. Later, amidst plush pillows and silk drapes, the veiled lady confides in me. I keep a network of friends and confidants, as you may know, as you so helpfully deliver parcels from them to me. Now one of my dear friends has indicated a need, one that I am delighted to say you can fill, and you simply must be acquainted with them. They are resplendent, luthier in Copenhagen, and I think your partnership will be mutually gratifying. So that's how we uncover them. Okay, so they are Baruch and Sons. They make musical instruments, as we found out before, which will be useful, I think. That is unfortunate to get some notoriety out of that. Not the most reliable thing, but whatever. We do anything else with the lady? Something about our temptation, right? Maybe we try talking to them with That seems useful. You're seeking to mend your broken heart? Yes, indeed I am. Harold's missing Muse. She can't help us with that because we already know where to look. London, the Cultist Club. A longing for elsewhere. Yep. Interesting that Wanderlust doesn't have the local aspect to it. So even if you were to leave, you hop on the boat and your Wanderlust stays until it's resolved. Something to keep in mind so we don't accidentally maybe kill ourselves with Wanderlust. The mending of the heart. If there were an easy path, I think everyone would take it, no? She takes my hand and places them over my chest, cupped in her own. Keep safe what remains to you. Protecting is much easier than stitching the pieces back together. Keep safe what remains to you. Protecting is much easier than stitching the pieces back together. I'm not sure if there's a clue there. It hasn't come up in our codex, so maybe not. What are we doing? We want to pick up some cargo, and I think we will sing to Amsterdam to try and produce a chance encounter with the raconteur network. I know that the notoriety is probably going to be grabbed unless... Yep, it's going to get grabbed. Shouldn't be the worst thing. Yep, 2 notoriety, let us... and also 1 ring of right, yeah, we needed to upgrade subtle motif to something stronger. That's fine. I don't want to pick up a 3rd notoriety. We can still try to do that while we're picking up a passenger. And we have enough persisting glamour to be picky about which passenger we pick up. In a way. Copenhagen. Do we want to go there? Wouldn't be the worst thing. Metallic box. What do we have? Her rule is no names, and I'll keep to that. We have confirmed it's not the Veiled Lady. I am going to throw it away at someone. I would not assume Miss Morland, considering we have her name. I'll throw it at her. Either way. Just to get rid of it more than anything. Is there anything else we want to do here? I don't think so. We have our crew. We can agree to this. I'm happy to go to Copenhagen, I think. Actually, do we need anything there? We can check out the instruments. That'd be nice. But yeah, I think that's a good wrapping up point. We're a bit past the half-hour mark, 40-ish minutes. We finished up the exploration of Amsterdam sewers, at least the new version of it. Not too different from the original one. I'm probably going to need to look back at the recording to see if I missed anything obvious about if a card warns you that if you carry on searching, or if you carry on exploring, it goes away. Because I think there were 2 cases where I could have done something with a card, or at least I intended to do something with a card, but I kept on exploring and lost it. That may have just been a learning experience for me. But yeah, we're going to leave off there. Next episode we are going to be probably faffing about a bit more, seeing if we encounter anything unexpected before we get ready to... Perucan Sons are going to ask us to go to Edanga Forest, so we're going to go say hi to them and then hop over there. At least, I think so. That's how it was before. So, until then, see you next time. Thank you for watching, thank you for your time, and peace.